Hey everyone, today, Trash to Treasure, Spring DIYs. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Tonya, and if you're returning, welcome back. And I do hope y'all like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna start out with these parchment paper boxes that I'm gonna repurpose into a spring sign. Now I'm gonna go ahead and glue these together. I just wanna glue them shut, and then we're gonna glue the two boxes together. I'm going to be taking some of this scrapbooking paper. I picked this book of scrapbooking paper up at Hobby Lobby, and they have several different ones that have some really pretty vintage pictures in them and designs. Now once I get my boxes glued together, I'm just going to glue 2 sheets of this together. And it doesn't quite fit perfectly over the 2 boxes, but I'm just going to cut a little strip and put that across the back because that side will be up against the wall when I set it up on my shelf. But everyone, what a fun way to just repurpose something that you were normally going to throw away and would have been trash. And that's what I did today. I used some kitchen items that I was going to just toss, and I thought it would be wonderful to make these cute little spring decor items out of it. Now, the scrapbooking paper is really thick, so that helps. And that's why I'm hot gluing this. And you really can't see the glue through it. And you just need to really pull it tight and kind of fold it a little bit to get it to fit really snug. And don't be afraid to use quite a bit of glue on this because, like I said, the scrapbooking paper is really thick and you cannot see any of the glue marks underneath it. And I'm just going to cut off those edges, and then I'm just going to fill that in with another little piece of the scrapbooking paper. But everyone, what I'm going to do to this one is I am going to take some coffee filters, and I'm just going to make some really cute little flowers to pop up out of this. And then I had these letters that I had picked up at Dollar General, and they're kind of sticky on the back, but I did have to glue a couple of those down. And I just thought I would put the word spring here, and then I do add a couple little black hearts off to the right side there. And it didn't want to stand up real well, so I decided I was going to add these little wood blocks, which worked out perfect, and I painted those black, and it just gave it that other little accent on this design. And I just used the skewers from Dollar Tree, and now I'm going to take another piece of the scrapbooking paper, and these were just some little wood discs that I had in my craft stash, and I decided to cover those in the paper that was black that had the little writing on it. And then I'm going to be using that unbleached coffee filters, and this made some really pretty little flowers. And this would look really nice in some neutral decor also. And this would go great in kind of that moody spring decor. And actually the coffee filters for me was actually going to be trash also because I have a French press, so I didn't need these anymore. So I did save these to do the flowers out of. And I'm just doing that kind of that accordion fold and just placing those all around the outside edge of my circle. And then when you flip it over, it just makes a really pretty simple little flower. And I decided to trim mine down a little bit because I wanted to be able to put 3 of the flowers on here. And I did one a little higher and then one kind of a little lower just to give it a little interest on the design. But everyone, you'll have to let me know in the comments, do you have items in your kitchen that you like to save, to recycle for DIYs and crafts? I know that everything that I'm going through when I'm cooking, I'm always trying to picture if I can do something with it. But you can see how cute this is going to be setting on a shelf. It makes just a really budget-friendly fun design that you can just pop up on your shelf for spring. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop a little hot glue in there. I did that to each one of these just to make sure that my skewer would stand up straight. And there I am. I'm having to glue down those letters. They really didn't have that much sticky on there at all. And now I'm just going to trim these up, and then we're going to go ahead and pop on our third flower. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do to this one besides add those two little black hearts. And that's going to finish this one off. I do end up painting the stems. I did that at the last minute. I decided that I wanted those to be black also, and I think that really helped this design. And I did put another piece of the coffee filter on the back just to cover up that raw edge part. And I did go ahead and outline these some more. I forgot about that with the black paint, just so they would pop a little bit more on the scrapbooking paper. But everyone, finding these unique little items to craft with, I think that's part of what makes this really fun. Just being a crafter and a DIYer is just being able to repurpose items instead of throwing them away. But everyone, here it is displayed. Look how cute this turned out. And no one would ever know that that's just little parchment paper boxes. And they might guess the coffee filters, but that's definitely a conversation piece. This would look really pretty in your kitchen above the cabinets, which is probably where this one's gonna go if I don't use it on this shelf. Now for our next repurposed Trash to Treasure item, I'm going to be using this plastic container, and this was a really sturdy one, so I decided to drill holes in the top of this, and that way I could just pop all my little greenery or floral stems right down in there. And you could actually put water in this and do fresh flowers in here. And I wanted to use some more of my scrapbooking paper, and I really like this one. It was just really faint with a little bit of design on there. And I did the same technique. I just hot glued everything on, but I am going to be taking that lid back off, and we're going to be painting it black, which that really made this design pop. It amazes me what you can do with just some items you're going to toss and a little bit of scrapbooking paper and a little bit of greenery and paint. Now I had this really pretty lace that I had picked up, and I guess this kind of more has a little shabby chic, maybe some farmhouse to it, but I still love this one. I think it turned out so cute. And everyone, this is just inspiration for you to think about the items that you might have that you're going to toss, but you can use them for your DIYs, and it just makes it so budget friendly. Now I had this little rub-on transfer that I got at Dollar Tree a long time ago, and I thought I would just pop that on there, and that really made it look cute, especially once I get the lid painted black. And I love the idea that I had just drilled the little holes in the top. I'm going to do that on some more of my DIYs that I'm going to plan on putting my floral stems and greenery stems in. But look how cute this is and how quick and simple and budget friendly that was. And I just decided to pop greenery in there this time. And I had this greenery that I actually picked this greenery up at Michael's, I think it was. But look how easy you can just pop those in there. And I just put random holes in there, which made this really nice. And then I think I finished this one off by popping in one that had a little bit of bright white on there, and that will pretty much finish this design off. But everyone, here it is displayed. Look how adorable and inexpensive and beautiful this little design turned out just by repurposing that plastic container. Now for my last one today, I decided to take some of the tin cans because my husband eats chili a lot, and my son. So I had all these tin cans, and instead of just doing them side by side, I decided to tape them together and just make a really tall. I'm going to be using it as a plant holder, But you could also put a globe on top of this and use it as a candlestick. But I just thought this was a really fun design. And I did just hot glue this because I knew I was only going to be keeping some light greenery in the top of it. And to cover that up, I had this ribbon. It was kind of a soft velvety black ribbon I picked up at Dollar Tree. So I just kind of folded that over and covered up that raw edge there. But I liked it so well, I ended up adding it to the bottom. Stuck a pool noodle in there, popped some of that moss in there, and then just little sprigs of greenery, like maybe this one had just started growing. I did put these beads on here that I had picked up from Dollar Tree, and I didn't really like them white. I mean, they look pretty. You may want to leave them that way if you try this. But I decided to paint over them black and just kind of have that little rustic look around there where just little bits of the white was pulling through and you could see it. But once again, everyone, such a budget-friendly trash to treasure, just saving those things in the kitchen you'd normally get rid of and creating just some really quick and fun and budget-friendly home decor. Now, I did make 2 of these. I decided to do another one, and I thought that would be really pretty, just having them displayed with something in the middle. But everyone, you'll have to let me know if you were going to give any of these a try. I know that I am definitely going to be keeping an eye out for all of the items this year that I can save money and repurpose into my home decor. Now, once we finish getting this one all touched up with the black, then I will pretty much have these done. I'm going to display these, I think, on a shelf in my dining room and have them there for the spring and Easter season. Well, everyone, don't forget the schedule has changed and I will be uploading on Tuesdays and Fridays, and it's supposed to be 5 o'clock on Sunday, but our weather, we're getting terrible weather here, and I was unable to get my video to upload earlier today, so I'm just now finally getting to be able to finish this up so I can get it back up for you today. So hopefully next Sunday we'll be back on track for the 5 o'clock. But Tuesday we'll be doing thrift store makeovers, and Friday we'll be doing, I think we're going to do Dollar Tree DIYs on Friday. And both of those days it will be 7 p.m. But everyone, here they are displayed. I put a little heart there and that little bunny in the middle. And I love how these turned out. You'll have to let me know if you had a favorite one today and if you're going to give any of these a try. Well, everyone, there should be another video popping up on the screen here, and you can check